This house is about 100 years old, and I love working with old houses. They have a personality and a patina that you just can't recreate. So you already have a basis to try and accentuate the old and bring in the new. The biggest issue with this house was it didn't have a lot of natural light. The rooms were kind of segmented off from one another, and so trying to figure out a way to bring in some natural light and brighten it up. One of the ways was lightening up the woodwork, painting the woodwork in the front hallway. I love the old wood and I wanted to keep some of that, so we kept the railings and spindles and the stairs in the hallway. We added the checkerboard stone flooring in the front hallway, and it's sort of a classic that you see in many old houses. We also added the front door, which was an existing door, but we actually took out some of the paneling in the door and added glass. And so that just drew in a whole bunch of natural light. The kitchen was quite small, and half of our kitchen was actually a hallway and a powder room. We changed the stairs, and what that did was it doubled the size of our kitchen. We really wanted to keep it neutral, so we added white cabinetry. We added a whole bank of glass cabinets on one end to feature some of our dishes, and also just to add some textural interest. And we also added some open shelves. I wanted to sort of have it a bit more sort of restaurant style, where you have the open shelves and you can just grab things and see exactly what you have. We decided in the kitchen to keep a couple of the old leaded windows, and we just relocated one of them and paired it next to an existing leaded glass window. And we bookended the stove with the two windows and then painted them dark to make it a nice focal at the stove area. The faucet that comes under the window was a remake of a faucet that is supposed to come straight out of the wall. But because I had the windowsill, I actually had to pair together with some other couplings to make it come out of the sill, which is an interesting detail. Some of the other details that I actually played around with and had some fun with was the tile. The tile are an inexpensive white porcelain, and by doing the 6x6 on a brick lay, it's sort of like the subway idea, and then adding the little detail, the sort of Listello detail along the top, which joins in with the crown molding of the cabinets. So off of the kitchen is our family room, and we kept all the wood paneling. I thought it was a nice juxtaposition to the kitchen because they're open to one another. It's gumwood, which is traditional in many of these houses, and I liked it. And what we actually did was, because it had sort of dulled over time, the painter and I came up with just to add a layer of stain and just leave it to dry. It actually gives the wood a renewed depth and also a nice sheen. The dining room used to be the living room, and it was a nice size. The living room with the fireplace that we actually kept intact. We didn't change the fireplace at all. The marble was beautiful. I don't even think you can find that marble anymore. What we did do was we added some panel molding just to give that wall with the fireplace a nice focal and kind of join into other rooms that already had paneling in them. We also kept the leaded glass windows. They're south-facing, and when the sun comes in, they have a beautiful glow that you just can't get in a new window. And we also put a lot of our book collection in there. The mix of furniture is like a whole bunch of adopted puppies. The harpback chairs I found on the side of the road, as I did the settee bench, and we got them all reupholstered and refit out. And then the end chairs were ones that we had from our original dining room. Nothing matches each other, but they all kind of work nicely together. The principal bedroom, it was a standard 8-foot ceiling, and we popped out the end with a window on it about the last 6 feet of it up into the attic space, which works nicely because when you come in the room, it kind of feels bigger than it actually is. And we added a gas fireplace along with 2 mirrored closets on the wall flanking the fireplace. It just makes it a nice focal, and the fireplace is great in the wintertime. We actually had 2 bedrooms on that side of the house, so we took a good portion of the back bedroom and made that into our principal ensuite. The principal bathroom was a lot of fun. When you have a house with paneling in many rooms, why not panel the master ensuite, I thought. So we took that paneling detail and did a Greek key just with a combination of white ceramic tiles and little glass mosaics. We wanted 2 separate vanities, and then we added a herringbone tile detailing on the floor, which are all sort of classic bits and pieces from different eras of architecture. Really, a lot of people come in and think it might have been the original bathroom. It wasn't hard to figure out what we wanted to keep as far as the old and what we wanted to add as far as the new. Usually in these old houses, the kitchen and the bathrooms have to go because with technology changes and that sort of thing, it really doesn't make sense to keep them. And this house had a lot of really beautiful, special architectural details. The paneling, the leaded glass, there were some nice marble fireplaces throughout, and it had hot water rods, which I love. I love the way they look, and I love the heat that comes off of them. So we took the best of what the old house had to offer, and then we updated it to the way we like to live. And now it really feels like a home that can live on for many years to come.